Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. So today we are in, I just call it the vintage furniture store because it's mostly furniture in here and most of it is older. But they do have some other things, as you can see here. I used to have this exact dish, but I sold it. But I love this pattern. This is a glass bake. I think I've mentioned this before, but I feel like glass bake and Fire King actually had cuter patterns than even Pyrex. And I'm not really sure about now, but I do remember it being significantly less of a cost versus Pyrex, but I feel like everything's kind of getting pretty expensive now. But I do really love that pattern, but I just have so much already that I definitely did not need more. Alright, so now we'll get more into the furniture. They definitely have a lot of furniture in here. I thought this teapot was cute. They have a lot of china cabinets. The store actually isn't that big, but it does have a lot of furniture in it. Or maybe we're not getting into the furniture. I filmed this a few months ago, so it's the first time looking at it. But I did spot some Blue Mountain pottery here. I'm not sure if this is available or was available in other countries or not, but it was very, very popular in Canada in the 70s and 80s. I feel like every household had at least like 3 to 5 pieces on display at all times. I actually have that duck. I have a piece that would belong to my grandma that she gave me, so that kind of made me collect a few more pieces. But we used to have that duck in, or maybe it's a swan, in my house when I was a kid. I have a suspicion that this was a cookie jar that maybe was missing the lid, so they just put the flowers in it like that, which I actually think looks nice, but just given the size of it, I really liked it actually. But again, I don't need to be buying stuff like that, but I kind of have a feeling that's what it was maybe a cookie jar. It did say Japan on the bottom, so I'm guessing it's like probably from the 70s. I saw this phone. I'm pretty sure this is just a reproduction phone though, because it just has the buttons. Or I guess it still could be an old phone. It still could be like from the 80s, but like it's meant to look like it's a dial phone, but it's not actually, I guess is the point I was trying to make. I think I've mentioned this probably a ton of times before, probably every time I see one, but I love these dressers that have like the top parts on them, but we can never have one because our ceilings are slanted upstairs. But my parents had, like my dad and my stepmom had one like that. Actually, they might still have it. I don't know, but I always just loved it, and I would love to have one. And I would put little vintage like knickknacks on it probably. This isn't my style, but I thought these lamps were really pretty, and I don't think I've seen anything like this before. At first, from far away, I thought they were oil lamps, but I think they're just electric lamps. They definitely have a lot of dressers in here too. They probably have the most like dressers and china cabinets out of anything else, but even though they have a lot of stuff in here, I feel like it's not too crowded or like messy. So they've done a good job at kind of making the most of their space, I guess, but still, you can walk through the aisles and it doesn't feel too crowded. I mean, it's tight, but it's not overwhelming. I really like this picture too, but I'm pretty much out of wall space, I think, in our home. So, plus it's hard with the slanted walls in the upstairs. We don't really have a lot of wall space. I will say they do a good job of organizing it too. So like they'll put all the dining tables kind of in the same area, and then get into like couches and living room furniture. So it feels like it has I call it the furniture store because that's what it feels like to me. Like it has that vibe of when you go into a furniture store and they have things set up together. So then I spotted this couch and it almost made me want to cry because my grandparents had, I don't know if it's this exact couch, but it wasn't a different color. I think the one they had was light blue, but it had that corner piece. The corner piece part was identical, where it had the two levels. I think they had this like maybe like 91, 92. And my grandma would set up like a Christmas village in there at Christmas, and I just loved that couch. It was my favorite couch of all the furniture that they had over the years, and I would think about it all the time, and I don't think I've seen it anywhere since then. So I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if it's the exact same couch, but it brought back so much nostalgia. I had to like tell John about it, get him to come look at it. This tea set was really pretty. Not my style, but cute. I loved this like wall hanging. It looks really old too. I might be wrong about that, but especially the material in the back, it looks like it's aged basically. But I really like that. But again, I just don't have any room for anything. I also loved that couch too. I'm not sure if this is exactly, but I think the style is French provincial, but that might not be it, but it's similar if it's not. It's just not the style like that would fit in with my home right now. So, but I do really like it. This dresser here was giving me major like 90s vibes. And then I noticed all of these little figurines. I think they were called Growing Up Girls or Birthday Girls or something. I think they were made by Inesco, but okay, yeah, I'm showing the bottom here. Maybe it will focus. The thrift store that I used to work at, I remember we had a whole bunch that came in, and it made me feel a little bit sad when I saw them because I was thinking, oh, like someone, gifted these to someone every year for their birthday, and now they're here in this thrift store. I think someone came in and bought all of them though, so hopefully they went to a good home. And then I spotted this when I turned around, and I absolutely love these pieces so much. It's one of my favorite vintage things. I think they're called pie safes, but I'm not entirely sure on that. We actually already have one, but I was thinking I would love to have this one, but I don't necessarily need it. So it was 125, I think, though. And the one that we have is actually nicer than this. And I think we bought it for 60. So it made me feel very grateful that I was able to find so many of my vintage things years ago before the price of everything has skyrocketed. Because I don't know, as much as I love vintage things, I feel like I'm at a point where I don't want to spend ridiculous amounts of money on stuff anymore. It would have to be something like really, really, really special. But even then, I don't know, I just hesitate. I just feel like, I don't know, it's just a lot of money. And it doesn't seem worth it to me anymore for the amount of money that things cost. And so earlier I had mentioned that I love the dressers with the top parts, and I really loved this one because on the one side it even has drawers and things, and I just thought that was really cool. I wish that I would have taken more footage of it, but I don't know, for some reason I stopped recording. Somebody might have been walking that way or something. They did, in the back part, they do have a little bit extra furniture, so they had this big sectional back there. What I want more than anything for our living room is like a big sectional, because I feel like the room doesn't feel cozy, and I feel like it just needs a really big piece of furniture. But I want it to be like kind of look like a vintage sectional, so I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna have to buy something new that and try to make it look old or in like a retro style or something. But we just don't have anywhere that we can buy things like that anywhere even close to us, so I think I'd have to find it online. And I feel like buying furniture online is so like risky, because what if it's like a piece of shit? So I don't know, for now I'm just stuck with what we have, which our couch is actually like one of the legs is broke off and it's like propped up with a paint can for like ever. But I don't know, I don't want to just go buy something in the meantime. I just want to like wait until I can get what I want. So this leaf tray was totally up my alley, but I do not need any more of those. I'm pretty sure I already have like 5 or 6. And then I did really like this corner shelf too. I was briefly thinking, I could put plants on that, but I did talk myself out of it. I was like, you don't need anything else right now. So anyway, that was a quick look at the furniture store, or the vintage furniture store as I like to call it. The last time we were there, I think, was like a year or 2 ago. So I wanted to go back and have a look and see what was in there. I think it was all different things than when we were there last time, but I can link the one, like we were only there one other time, that I filmed. So I can link that below. But so he didn't get anything, but John did buy a book for $10 in there, and he ended up selling it for $300, I think. So, and he really just went in there with me so I could film. So he was just wandering around while I was filming, and he's found that book. So it ended up being a pretty profitable trip, and I got the video out of it too. So anyway, I'm stop rambling now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon.